Welcome to Daily Office Devotions. I'm Reggie Kidd. Glad we could be together. We're thinking through various facets of worship and how our Lord provides meaningful communion with Him through our formal corporate worship as well as in individual worship in our daily devotions. The thoughts offered here are excerpts from articles I wrote for Worship Leader magazine a few years ago. Fly, Kessie, fly. One measure of leadership is whether people are following you. A better measure is whether you are helping people take wing. That's a lesson Rabbit has to learn in the award-winning episode Find Her, Keep Her in Disney's The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Rabbit rescues a female baby bird named Kessie during a snowstorm in the 100-acre wood. For months, Rabbit nurses and cares for Kessie. Unfortunately, Rabbit becomes overly protective when she wants to learn to fly. Rabbit understands Kessie will eventually want to fly south. He will be left alone once more. Yet flying south is what birds do, and helping others take wing is what responsible caregivers do. As all Pooh's stories do, this one ends the way it should. Rabbit learns, even though reluctantly, to let go. Hitting home. My wife recalls this story when our children make changes that reveal they are taking a new step towards independence and away from us and from our influence. She finds letting go is not easy, and so at these times she still mutters to me under her breath, "Fly, Kessie, fly." She understands what it is to forego her own interests for the benefit of someone else. Leadership in God's family is not much different. Kevin is a new senior pastor with little background in worship ministry. He calls his old friend Ryan an experienced worship pastor and asks, "There's been a lot of conflict over worship here, and I've inherited a pretty fragmented worship team. Would you work with me for a season and help me bring stability and unity and earn my wings with this congregation in worship?" Over several months, a new old team comes together. Worship stops being a battle zone, and fans of tradition and fans of freshness begin deferring to one another. Great idea. At a meeting in the spring, Ryan, the worship pastor, offers, "Maundy Thursday is coming up. Historically, Maundy Thursday is a night the church remembers the new commandment to love one another as Christ has loved us, and often celebrates that love with a foot washing service. We've seen a lot of cooperating and healing in this church. Why don't we offer a foot washing service to affirm the love, unity, and healing this body has been experiencing?" Kevin, the senior pastor, responds, "That'd be a new thing for me, but it sounds like a great idea. The foot washing services I've led have provided powerful moments for brothers and sisters to experience the priesthood of all believers as they minister Christ's love to one another," Ryan adds. "Yeah, okay," answers Kevin. "But what I think we need here is for the people in church to get the message that the leaders really love them. So I want only the pastors and the elders to do the washing of the congregation's feet. I'll tell the elders about my idea at our next meeting." Suddenly, Ryan feels like he's in the middle of a Dilbert comic strip. The pointy-haired boss is hijacking his idea, taking credit for it, and in the process, ruining the whole concept. Ryan visualizes a thought bubble above his own head. "Excuse me, but whose idea is this anyway? You've never even seen a congregational foot washing, much less led one." Then Ryan remembers there's the Dilbert way of seeing things, and there's the Jesus way of seeing things. He envisions a new thought bubble. Hold on a minute. Where did that attitude come from? If washing feet is about kneeling to serve, about putting my brother's interests ahead of my own, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do in this case. The words that manage to come out of Ryan's mouth are, "Sounds like a plan, let's do it." Sink or soar. During the Maundy Thursday service 4 weeks later, Ryan, despite his best intentions, is still having internal thought bubble conversations. The logistics that Kevin, the senior pastor, has insisted on require the worship team to lead music throughout communion and the foot washing. They will not get to receive communion or participate in the foot washing itself. Ryan's thought bubble begins to complain. It figures, I should have insisted on more control. Ryan stops himself and looks around. Many in the congregation, profoundly moved by seeing pastors and elders taking the posture of servants, have eyes brimming with tears. Ryan notices, too, a glistening in Kevin's eyes as he imitates Jesus' leadership example. And so a better thought bubble has the final say. Pay attention, Ryan. A most awesome service is unfolding right in front of you. Jesus is in this house. And look at Kevin. You can almost see him growing softer and kinder with every foot he washes. He's finding his wings. After the service, it is discovered that Jesus has provided, by some happy accident, a small amount of bread and wine backstage. Ryan and his team share an intimate and amazing communion together before going home. And of course, they wash each other's feet. Best of all, Ryan realizes he has already been privileged to do a bit of foot washing, just not the way he had at first envisioned. Foot washing takes many forms. The strongest kind of leadership is the kind that helps others take wing. Fly, Kessie, fly. Be blessed this day.